almost immediately after we ended that last video. Okay, I got the chat up just in case anybody decides. All right, and we're off, and we are green. Like I said, man, we gotta keep an eye on the GT3, because it was just epic, man. These guys really knew how to race. You see how the BOP, the custom BOP that I had set up for this race, how everybody pretty much evenly, without even trying, evenly spreads out. You see, if you look on the map right there, everybody pretty much just evenly spreads out. And of course, the LMP class is just, they're super fast. You know what I mean? I have them, you know, capped at 460 horsepower because of the curve system. All right, we got Cam with the overtake. Ooh, little power slide, from Greg. All right, and that's lap one down. Going for the defensive. There he goes. Coming into turn one. Everybody nice and smooth. All right, and we got Hunty on my tail. But he plays it very, very smooth. Doesn't go for any dive bombs, and he's not reckless. I really like the way this guy races. This this little battle until the straight. See how he's giving me a run. He's letting me know, hey, I'm here. But you see how he gave me room. He didn't go for that dive bomb and screw everything up like most people would. Got Jonathan in P1 of his class. All right, on the straight. I'm trying desperately, but he's in my slipstream, and I want to say he crept up on me. He did. He got right up on me, right beside me. Going side by side into turn one. Look at that. He overtook me, but it was beautiful. It was perfect. Perfect. See, I was fuel saving. I think I was fuel saving 2 or 3. And as of whenever he passed me, I was like, yeah, screw that. Yeah, screw that. I can't. So right here is whenever I decided, I was like, you know what, we're gonna kick it back up. Looks like we got a battle going on between interesting. Carlo is falling just a little behind. Normally he's in the front of the pack. So we got a close battle here. Keep an eye on these guys for a second. Starting to spread out a little bit. Right, and that's the I was trying to outbrake. You know, it was working for the most part, you know, a couple tenths at a time, which that's how you reel them in, a couple laps at a time. I had what, 21 laps to reel them in, so I wasn't getting overly anxious. I was trying to calm my nerves because I know these guys were pretty quick. Just trying to calm my nerves. Oh, little slide right there. So how this technically works, if anybody's really curious, so we have an overall ranking system whenever the series actually starts, an overall ranking system of, you know, what you see, what your place actually is, you know, your overall. And then we have your ranking system within your class, which right now it says that I'm P5, but there's only 3 GT3 cars on the field right now, which means I'm in P2 per my class. So I would get a ranking system, or points, I should say points for P2. And then for the overall, I would get points for a P5 or whatever I placed. I want to say, well, I don't want to spoil it for y'all. Never mind. I would get points, say if I finished P9, right? I finished last. I would get points for P9 plus what I finished per my class in the overall score. So you get your class score, then you get your overall score. So 2 different ones. we got this epic battle going on here. You saw how he tried to take me in turn 1. He actually did pretty good. He like let me know I was there. See, I didn't really fight him there. I kind of let him take it. I could have blocked him, but there's no blocking. You know what I mean? You can't make a reaction to his action, because that's blocking. I have to be able to overtake him. We're doing this to sharpen our skills. This is not just a video game. We're doing this to sharpen skills, to think, you know. So here we go. Back into P5, which is P2 per my class, and he goes in for the overtake. Locks it down. Good move. See, he shuts the door on me. And there's nothing I can do about it. Yet. Scraping my body work on that tarmac there. Alright, we got a couple people into the pits. We got Jonathan and Nils into the pits. Coming around to the front straight. See, this is where I really kicked it on. I was like, nope, we got to get in that slipstream and, and catch them. Can't come in last place in the first race. Let's check out the LMP class. All right, we got Cam in P1. We got Carlo and P2. See, they're a little spread out. They're super spread out. See, we got is super close in the GT3. Let's see how the Group 4 GT4 class is. We got a battle between, well, it's not too close to call it a battle. Let's see if I catch them. These guys were extremely fast. They were killing it. We got Dawson into the pits, and Hunty and I stayed out. Now we got Cam coming up. Let's see how Cam overtakes us. You see how he sets it up? He sets it up perfectly. Overtake 1, jumps back into the line. Looking for the attack. Right there, he knew he could take it, so he went for it. Awesome driving by Cam. Awesome driving. All right, let's go back. I'm on the pursuit, trying to get that Mercedes. Right now I'm just biding my time, because I know a pit window's coming up soon. So right now I'm thinking my strategy is just gonna be, you know, hang behind and then try and beat him out of the pits. Whenever he goes into the pits, I'm gonna go into the pits and then just try and beat him out, which is right now, this lap. And then Hunty goes in, and then I go in, and Dawson should be making his way around right now. Dawson's right here. And I only filled 3/4 of the tank. So I beat the Mercedes out. So now it's just a matter of, can I stay in front? All right, we got Carlo still in the race. Did somebody slide out? What happened? You see how Carlo is not being overly aggressive on him. He's kind of setting himself up. That way he can overtake him on the straight, which is perfect. That's what we want. That's what we want to see. Oh, went off track. Oh, okay. We're gonna pretend we didn't see that. So we got Cal here in P2, just mowing the lawn. Dawson still got his lead. Still have my lead against the Mercedes AMG. I think he's just playing his time. He's just biding his time. He's not really pushing too hard. This corner is super tricky. You gotta get it just perfect or you kind of run wide. You see right here, he was trying to get me, but I think he was running too much downforce. He couldn't get me even in the slipstream. Unless he was playing with me. Oh no, I gave it to him. I let him take it with the power slide around the corner. Whoo! right. Got a little battle here between Jonathan and looks like Sam Barber. If Sam would just late break, maybe even 20 meters, he might be right up on his tail. Let's see what's going on with us. Coming into turn 1. Tried to stay in his slipstream this whole lap. We got Cal 9 with the overtake. He took advantage of Cam's undercut. Ooh, okay, we got Dawson that went off. He went off, gave us a chance to catch up. I hit that curve and lost a little bit of traction, which gave them a chance to run. Trying to stay in that slipstream just as much as I can. Oh, wrong button. All right. Yeah, and then all three of us pass Sam. Which is good stuff by Sam. He was very, very respectful on that. Very, very respectful. Props to him. Then we got Cam retook P1. Overtaking Jonathan there. Alright, we got Nils going into the pits. I think Jonathan's heading in now. Yep, Jonathan's heading in now. Nils back in. And then we got Sam back into the pits. I just want you guys to see this three-way battle right here. It's crazy, man. It gets pretty epic. A little bit of a power slide right there by Hunty 2019. Lost just a little bit of traction. See right here, I know I just gotta stay behind him until the straight. Once the straight hits, then I can get in that slipstream and let that V10 just scream. If I can just get a good run out of this corner, and it'll do. It'll do. So let's see if I can catch him. There we go. Defensive. Not quite. Another power slide. Ooh, and we got Hunty off. Touch the curb. Those curbs are dangerous. Super dangerous. So now it's a battle between Dawson and myself. Kind of looks like everybody else is pretty much spread out. Look at that double wide. We did touch just a little bit, but there was no damage. So like right there's just a little bit of touching. Right there's clean. And it wasn't like the kind of touching where you were unable to control your car. It was pretty controllable. So right now he's in my slipstream, and I think he's gonna take it. We got the LMP class coming up on us. That blue flag. Yep. Alright, we got Cam overtaking Hunty there. Oh. Caught a little bit of grip. See Cam setting himself up to overtake me, and he does it. Goes wide. Does it pretty clean, and he's on the straight. Alright, we got Hunty going into the pits, Dawson going into the pits. I stayed out. They went in for the undercut. So I stayed out, praying and hoping to God that I was gonna get far enough to where I could exit, still be in front of them. So I was pushing just a little bit within this lap. I knew if I was gonna push on any lap, this was gonna be the lap to push on. So now Hunty and Dawson are out of the pits, exiting turn 1. Who's that in front of me? I think right here is where I go into the pits. This is my pit lap. All right. Oh, Nils running wide. Remember, guys, I know we said it before. I'm just reiterating it. The slower classes, you don't have to get off the race line. It's up to the faster classes in order to work their way around you. If they hit traffic, they hit traffic. It is what it is. It's a good way to create competition, good wholesome competition. You guys don't have to jump off the track. In the group 4 cars, you don't have to jump off the track to let everybody by. You don't have to do that. You own the right of way to that race line. It's up to the faster class to wait for the opportune moment to pass. But respect for, allowing them to pass. I know you were only meaning well, but that's the way it works in the real races. The slower class has the right of way to the race line. The faster class has to wait for the moment to pass. Being they have more power in the car, it should be very easy to overtake in a straight. You see, I exited in front. Let's see. I exited in front of the guys. Now it's a battle between these two. And right now, if I remember correctly, I'm in power saving mode. I think a 2 in my fuel mixture. Just because I know that they're gonna have a little more fuel than me, so they're just a little bit faster than me on this track. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna save just a little bit of fuel. That way, once they do catch up to me, we're probably about the same fuel. Let's keep an eye. Let's look at the GT4 class here. So we got Nils. We got Nils here, who's kind of riding solo. And then we got Sam Barber here. Cam just passed him. And then we got Jonathan here, riding solo. Alright guys, we got 5 more laps. 5 more laps. If you're liking what you see so far, go ahead, hit that like button for me. say what's up in the chat if you're enjoying, man. If you liking what you're seeing. See, they're catching up. Slowly but surely, they're catching up. Right now, I'm just trying to think about how I'm gonna fuel save, because I think I want to say I did just under a quarter. So I'm trying to think about how I'm gonna, power save but still maintain my lead for another 4 laps. Extremely good driving, guys, because he could have very well dive bombed, but he didn't. Amazing battle. All right, let's see. Dawson in the defensive. See, that's what I like. He playing defensive and attack. Like, most people don't know how to play that. Like, if you seal down that inside line, then that line is yours. The people don't understand that. People play these racing simulators, and they don't understand the basics of motorsports. They don't understand what motorsports is. They just want to drive, and then you try and teach them, and then they get mad at you. A lot of people only want to race if it's full power and minimum weight, which is not really that fun. It's not really that fun. Like I said, we're here to sharpen a skill. We're not here for just, shits and giggles or whatever. Alright, we're getting the blue flag. Got Cam with the overtake. They're on the final lap, so this is the final lap. Let's see if Cam can overtake. Let's see if he can do it. Can he get it done? There it is. He got it done. So here you go. Here's the grid, the final grid. We got Cam in P1, Cal, which is Greg in P2, myself in P3. But which, how it stands. You know how it stands. I gotta pause it real quick so I could do this so the video doesn't end, so the replay doesn't end. So we got Cam and P1. We got Greg in P2, which now there's only two because one quit the race. So there's 4 positions. So there's P1 through P4 in LMP, and then there's a P1 through P6 in GT3, which is Group 3, and then the same thing for GT4, which is Group 4. So you have 3 different P1 through 3 and per class. So you have LMP, GT3, GT4, and then you have your overall. So this grid right here is not what your position is. So you see right here, I qualify, or I finished in P3. So that's my overall. That really doesn't mean shit. So what I did is I finished in P1 per my class. A lot of people don't understand that. They're thinking, I just got to go fast. I got to go fast. You only got to go faster than the person in your P1 of your class. I know it sounds a little confusing, but at the same time, it's really not. It's really not. Just keep up with that person, and you're gravy. It is what it is. But this is the final grid. You got Cam, which is right in front of me. You got Cal in P2. You got me in P1. Dawson P2. Hunty in P3. We got Nils in P1. We got Sam in P2, and we got Jonathan in P3. And then hopefully next week we have more people racing, so that way we just have a bigger grid. It's gonna be fun, a lot more fun with a bigger grid. So all right guys, go ahead, hit that like button for me real quick. It only takes 3.2 seconds, you know. That's if you're slow. And go ahead and share this on your Facebook, the GTTC page for me. Go ahead and do that for me real quick. Let's get some views on this so we can get some more participants. What we're trying to get a couple lobbies doing this. That way, you know, we can get like a European side, and then we can get like an American side. We can have 2 different time zones that fit everybody. You know, not everybody has to, you know, wake up super early or whatever it was, you know. We know everybody's got a life, so I try and set it a little earlier for myself, because I know people in the European time zones, they're 5 hours ahead, so it makes it a little more difficult on you guys. So I try and set it earlier on our side so that it accommodates you guys. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and end this video here. Like I said, hit that like button, share it on the GTTC page on Facebook, and then we'll set up lobbies and stuff for you know, race 2. All right guys, peace.